It's your boy MC back, like I said earlier. Yeah, wasn't that an interesting scream that I did from work? So get over there, hit that like button, subscribe, share this content, and get ready for some fair use. So earlier today we showed they drew the lines of where they want to change the strategy of who's voting where and this, that, and the other. Let's look at some more of that in a few minutes. So back to Jasmine Crockett. I might find some AOC while y'all listening to these videos. So until then, let's check out some of this fair use. Let me set it up and get to screen that I would like for y'all to see. And here's some. Let's start right here with the Paralegal Institute of Washington, D.C.
Her failed bid.
This girl man be popping. He be popping with it. So fair use. Fair to the use. Let's watch
it. For committee leader.
So let's get up.
Did you make a little news here? Didn't you say you hope to lead that committee?
I absolutely do.
A few moments later.
U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett feels some way after recently opening up about her failed bid for committee leadership in the House of Representatives. And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you this content twice a day, every day. Now, y'all, hit that like button, okay? Help the channel out. Come on. Now, y'all, your girl, Jasmine Crockett. Y'all, Jasmine Crockett has been having a rough go of it. Have y'all noticed that the Democrats recently have started cursing and spitting and kind of running amok? They think that this is the way that they
see, and that's what I mean. They like want to use previous Democratic voters and the ones they still have as if there's only one side. That to me, it's almost like they think that the majority of Democrats are poor. Somebody just needs to come poor or a little off or lame just for the last 5 to 6 months. A lot of head shaking, slide remarks, insults, and then a lot of cursing and things jumping off. Is this supposed to be relatability? Let's listen and let's watch.
They are best suited to confront Donald Trump. Have you noticed they've been talking about fight? I want to fight. Their word is fight, and their other word is the F-bomb. And Jasmine Crockett, she's like first and foremost among the Democrats who has just been potty mouthed, who has just been ratchet, who she's actually gone to the sister girl thing, if you know what I mean. And I think that she thought that doing so would ingratiate her into her party's leadership and maybe help her get into the leadership. No, was she wrong? The Democrats have roundly and resoundingly rejected Jasmine Crockett. And now a new article that came out, it was an interview with her, and she tried to shut the article down because it showed just how poorly she's doing among her own party. We can say, I don't know if kicked out of the Democratic Party, that's too strong of a term, but she was definitely resoundingly rejected, probably because she went full loco. I mean, what better word can I use? So let's take a look at this, y'all. But before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not going to make this a long one, y'all. Go to Paralegal, PARALEGOLD.com or call 844-651-8334, 844-651-8334. If you have $50,000 to $100,000 or more in your retirement, protected from inflation, protected from monetary debasement, you're about to retire. This outlet,
So, as y'all notice, I haven't watched this lady. I'm gonna speed it up so we can get some more meat on the bone. So let's get it down and get it going on.
Atlantic provides harsh, sometimes factually challenged coverage of President Donald Trump. But if Crockett thought that meant that she would get a puff piece, she was strongly mistaken. Now, y'all, they did a 3,500 word write up on Crockett that paints her as a self absorbed political hack. Elaine Godfrey informed her readers toward the end that 4 days before the story was published, Crockett called me to express frustration that I had reached out to so many House members without telling her first. She told me, quote, shutting down the profile and revoking all permissions, y'all. Unfortunately for the 44-year-old politician, that's not the way it works. Y'all feel so bad for Jasmine. Y'all, I know y'all don't, but I do. Because she's playing the game that the way her people are telling her to play it. That's what y'all have to understand. Trump says Crockett is low IQ. Crockett is not low IQ. Crockett is playing the role of low IQ because that is what the Democratic leadership apparently has decided they think is the best way to take on Trump.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Playing low IQ. Meaning, like, we gonna go low, like what Michelle Obama said back when they go high, we go low. Like it's Bob and Weed. Where is the bipartisanship at thing? Where is it? And mind you, and when we don't even want to talk about the Bernie Sanders and AOC stuff, talking about the oligarchy too, and all these people have 6 figures, 7 figures in their bank. Do the people that they trying to express all this fear got 6 figures in the bank, or even 5 figures, or 4 figures? Some of them don't even got 3 figures in the bank. Barely got 3 figures in the bank. And those are voters that they want to make sure they don't get out of pocket. See, the ones that got less than 6 figures, they don't want you to get out of the pocket. See? So let's listen to some more. Okay? Fair use.
So Crockett has fully embodied that to the core. She's doing this as an act. She's doing this as a job. And she's doing a very good job of it to the point where people think that this is really her and she's not being rewarded for it. Godfrey quoted that the lawmaker using coarsest language imaginable to try to make her case, describing former President Joe Biden as old as SHI Young Teasy, but adding he's an old man that gets SHI Young Teasy done. Crockett told Dexter that she had big plans for oversight. Now, y'all, this refers to Crockett thinking she was going to get elected to the leadership of her House committee. She thought she was going to get elected to the leadership, y'all, because she's been doing what they want her to do. That's what y'all have to understand. She's doing what the Democratic Party wants her to do. It's not like she's just making this up. You can see other people doing the same stuff.
See, just like the Cory Booker. So go over there and check out this short video on paralegal of Washington, D.C. See, now I got some more I'm finna come up with. This is going to be like real quick. See, it's a lot of gaslighting going on. And then my man, Shannon Rawls, is about to start his gaslighting show in a few minutes. And let's see if he even started it yet. But if not, it'll break down what the gaslighting is all about. See, because I have it in here. He's about to start his show in a few minutes, this one. So go over to here when you get off of here. This show right here. Let's see how he started. No? I'm going to say July the 30th, 9 p.m. We're going to get back to that. So I'm going to stay on until he come on, so you can get it. So you can get a very good idea what gaslighting is about. Go over there to Shannon Rawls show. You're going to really enjoy it. It's going to break down what all this political party and type of stuff and relationship. I'm quite sure it's going to break down how gaslighting looks in relationship or these so-called partnerships, the 50-50, the 60-40, the 37, the 2080s, the 1090s, or the 9010, or the 8020s. So let's get back to the other part of the show. Okay, this is what a lot of people like to do. Now, I'm finna show y'all something. And man, get your glasses on. Where's April? April at? And I mean, she don't even say much on it. See, we did the Fox News one earlier. Let's see what this dark money Jasmine is talking about. Fair use. Let's get it started. Dark money confession. Jasmine Crockett slips on camera.
Jasmine tell you herself in her own words about her plans. Take a listen.
So I got news for them. As they sit up here and think that they're about to win, let me tell you, they are playing the game known as the biggest loser. And the biggest one sits in the White House. And baby, the baby loser right here is down there below him. They will lose. Because the people are speaking out and they are showing up. It is the same reason the Republicans don't want to go into their districts and talk to the people, because they know that their policies are loser policies. They are losers. I'm going to tell you, if it's one group of people that's not going to lose, it is going to be us, because we are going to fight this every step of the way. And so I want to thank those governors that have already made it clear that if you want to fight fire with fire, we got something for you. So thank you to Gavin Newsom, who said, play with Texas if you want to, because we can play with California. I thank you to the governor in New Jersey who said it's not necessarily off the table. I thank you to any Democratic governor who has tried to be fair with the lines that they have drawn. But right now, fairness is not anything that this administration is familiar with. The law isn't anything that this...
See? Where play with Texas if you like to. Come out, the lines are being drawn. This redistrict. A lot of, so they trying to, this is letting American people know, oh, they're cheating in Texas, even though the line was drawn in their favor. Now, all because they didn't win the seat over there due to bad policies, bad representation from Kamala camp in the running for presidency that no one didn't elect. But a whole lot of sorority sisters and fraternities sure put their $20 million on the line. That's a lot of money. And came up short. and some people allegedly didn't get paid. So let's think about this. Let's look at the facts.
Administration is familiar with. The only thing that they know how to do is be crooked, draw crooked lines, and tell crooked lies. So I am here to tell you that if you think that you can just roll over the Democrats, it is a new day.
And mind you, and then we have to be sure to be knowing this. See now they didn't let 20 million immigrants come over here. That's a lot of votes. And then they can't keep up with how much is being subtracted from that. Now, mind you, Trump is not going to deport 20 million. I don't even think he's going to have an opportunity to do 10 million, or 5 million, or 1 million. Let's say. But everybody's going to hike up some money. And we don't even know if it's going to be 500 million. But darn, the power of their party gets a lot of news coverage. Gets a lot of news coverage. And that's a whole, and that's news coverage to millions and millions of people. But late, a few months ago, what is that man? Don Lemon, or one of those cats. No, it's the other guy that was talking about Prince. Vance. The other band, knowing that the ratings in the news have been going down. So let's listen to some more to what she's talking about. Talking about drawing lines. Pay attention. People been seeing lines been moved and all this, and they may go in other states. And then Galvin drawing the line. That's not letting his presidency look like a good candidacy for him going. And then Kamala stepped down as running for governor today. So it's like, woo, it's a party going on, boy. It's a party going on.
I am looking forward to making sure that we can respond in kind if they want to play, because we already know that our lines are already jacked up. I already gave you the numbers. You can play with them more if you want to, but just know I'm going to spend every waking day until now, between now and November, to make sure that not only these new seats that you try to draw, if that's what you try to do, that we win those seats, but maybe it's time for us to take some other seats that are sitting up here right now, because they're not doing their jobs anyway. So just know I will not rest, because this is not what democracy looks like. We also know that there are donors that I'm sure are going to be willing to make sure that they are investing and making sure that they can take down some of these candidates, since they don't want to rule out dark money. Because this is not, there are donors that I'm sure are going to be willing to make sure that they are investing and making sure that they can take down some of these candidates. Since we also know that there are donors that I'm sure are going to be willing to make sure that they are investing and making sure that they can take down some of these candidates, since they don't want to rule out dark money. I'm sure some dark money gonna pour in on the behalf of the American people. So what I am saying is every tactic, as well as making sure we're touching people.
Well, isn't that interesting? Notice how Jasmine didn't mention the people. Not the people, not the principles, not the policies. She just mentioned the money, dark money at that. Now, most people, if they heard that, most people heard that and shrugged. You probably heard it and didn't really think that much about it. But I've been doing a considerable amount of content on Jasmine Crockett, and I'm thoroughly committed to waking up as many people as possible, because
So, so in other words, go over there and check out the April Chapman show. She been doing a lot of content, keeping up with the news. Who is they talking to? Who is they moving with? Watch how they explain these shows and how people move. So, let's go over there and check her out. Fair use. And I mean, she do great content. So, put some more light on the situation. Now, this is someone I haven't went to in a long while. I hope I can find her. Let's go over here and see if our man started his gaslighting show up. Yeah, because I keep going over there and he hasn't started yet. Let's see. Or is it a pay show? So here it is. I don't know. Let me write it over here. Yeah, I said I might as well write. He's probably busy at the moment, but in the meanwhile, when you do that show, go over there and get some education on it. Go over there and be educated when he does start the show, because man, y'all gonna be in for a treat. Okay, now let's go over here to this other person and see what I had earlier. And I'll put that up there. And let's check out what is on the hill when it comes to about that. This is what that's going to be fresh, and I know.
Are you ready to sell your house?
Fair use.
I will buy it.
Fair use.
You can get a cash offer in 24 hours or less. No
Well, good morning and welcome to Rising. We have just a fantastic show for you today. I'm excited to get right to it.
Fair use. Now we're gonna see why she's furious. Because like the title say, well, let me show it to you. The title say, here's the Hill. Jasmine Crockett Spears with MSM has no idea how journalism works. Robbie Slumps and Rising. So let's
Do it. Joined, of course, by Lindsey Granger. Nice to see you.
Yeah, you had your caffeine.
Opposition, right? Because in the profile, there's this following passage. I'm quoting from it. Crockett said that people are free to disagree with her communication style, but that she was elected to speak up for the people that I represent. As for her colleagues, 4 days before this story was published, Crockett
speak up. She was elected to speak up for the people that she represents. Donors. See, donors. Because as while she's speaking up, what's really happening in her district. Look at who's coming up this November to run against her. So, and then her party dumped her. She did all this cursing, shaking her head, 44 years old. We can't say she's being quiet about a relationship because, man, look at her. Hey, and I'm not going to say she look up, but look at her. Just imagine if she did have that so-called alpha male or that we so-called quote-unquote talk about. Huh? Talking about it'd be some stuff up in her to calm that down. But apparently that's not happening. She still have a few years to have kids. If she's 44, she still have time to have kids too. But you know, a lot of infertilization and all that stuff. We can't say she don't have the money to do it. Some people probably know things that we may not know. So it's like, man, there's a whole lot of things going on in these YouTube streets. So let's get back to it.
Called me to express frustration that I had reached out to so many House members without telling her first. She told me, shutting down the profile and revoking all permissions.
What is they talking about? Let's get back.
Up for the people that I represent. As for her and how journalism works, because in the profile, now what's drawn the profile to my attention, and as was the conversation about it on social media, it seems Crockett apparently doesn't quite understand how journalism works, because in the profile, there's this following passage. I'm quoting from it. Crockett said that people are free to disagree with her communication style, but that she was elected to speak up for the people that I represent. As for her colleagues, 4 days before this story was published, Crockett called me to express frustration that I'd reached out to so many House members without telling her first. She told me, shutting down the profile and revoking all permissions. That's funny because you can't do that. Sorry, this is like one of the most basic rules of dealing with journalists. Sorry, once you've spoken to them on the record, you don't own the story anymore. They do. You can't stop them from covering you because you don't like that they reached out to other people. You have to decline to talk to them in the first place or set the terms in advance. As NBC's Sahil Kapoor put it, this is not how any of this works, but don't, of course, try to tell Jasmine Crockett any of that. She is bursting with self-confidence, according to this profile. In fact, she seems pretty unhappy. She was passed over for a top leadership position, chair of the House Oversight Committee. The profile recounts her personal feelings.
Because she wanted to be over the House. She wanted to be over the House Committee. She was talking about, they had her in there looking as, to me, a shield. Just just a distraction. A lot of them are shield. Like I said, her, Cory Booker, all of them. And when they sound off and go after the attack of Caucasian individuals, as this guy right over here, that you know, they can be politicians and this, that, and other. It's as if we can't see that. You saying that y'all have people rolling with y'all that fits the description of the people that's on the other side of the aisle that we need to be worried about when you got the same individuals on your side of the aisle. And the history of the Democrat Party should interest us. Because so far, ever since it came into inception, it looked like the majority of the communities are wrecked up, poor, impoverished, and always need handouts.
of betrayal, their own caucus, the Congressional Black Caucus, backed a different person. You see, Crockett believes she's the most qualified person for the job because, and I quote, "There's one clear person in the race that has the largest social media following, generating attention, positive."
Ain't that something? Now, y'all see why they in front of our face. It's about them getting social media followings because they see being on the news and on different shows ain't panning out well. So that's why all the cursing and trying to shake your head is going on. But if they was really on social media and really watching the show, a lot of us ain't really doing that. Nobody in the manosphere or the woman's sphere is really moving all like that. And the woman's sphere, yeah, they can go all the way up to the edge and say a lot of things that we can't say over here in this space when it comes to male content, but they still got to go according to the rules. They can't say that R word, certain words they just cannot say. So let's go back to the show, and I'm gonna go to something else, and let's leave it like that. Let's see what else is he going to talk about.
Positive and also negative is something she's quite good at, obviously. Is it really the case, however, that being provocative, spicy, contrarian, unfiltered, attention-seeking, and let's be honest, fairly bombastic and occasionally offensive, is that the best set of attributes for Democratic leadership? Who knows? Maybe it is. Certainly the Democratic base wants leaders to fight the Republicans, if only in virtue-signaling sort of ways that have nothing to do with actual power and policy. At least Crockett was willing to do this.
If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad-built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
part
I'm
of it.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike
I
those
had no idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You just voted to do
Y'all
it.
did it first, so you don't want to talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your yelling.
Vote for Democrats. They want to turn Congress into Real Housewives or some MTV reality show. I guess that's the pitch, but in an era in which excessive clout chasing has infected both parties, and in which the leaders of both political factions have more interest in making memes and manufacturing media moments than they do in actual legislation, perhaps Jasmine Crockett is the leader the Democrats deserve. Just as Trump is the id of the right, she might be the id.
Watching this clip could save you thousands when getting a new roof. The roof is the most important part of your house, but getting a new one
of the left.
I really cannot believe that you are saying the decorum that is not shown by Jasmine Crockett is something that disturbs you when you specifically rally for President Trump and that poor decorum that he has as the standard of the party, and also showed that clip and didn't remind folks that Marjorie Taylor Greene started with Jasmine Crockett with poor behavior, not conducive to a congressional seat behavior, making fun of her eyelashes like a child. So this is very much the attitude of the right. And so for people on the left to be excited that somebody else is meeting them and not going higher, like Michelle Obama, going into the ground where a lot of people were at and are celebrated on the right.
Well, do y'all see what they're talking about? So I'm gonna do one quick one. We just gotta get everything out because y'all finna have to just take some clips, feel free to use what I'm finna put up next. Fair use. Here's Red Cup Talk with Mika in a minute. Hers is right here, and when I mention Act Blue, that can be found on Red Cup Talk with Mika also. So let me show y'all what I mean. It's right here. See, I'm talking about this section. Oversight defeat. Act Blue. Check out that video when you get a chance. That was 3 months ago. But let's look at this
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and you're watching the Red Cup Podcast, where truth, pop culture, and politics meet.
Well, since all that's going on, I'm clearly in for being a front runner, right? I'm clearly in for being the leader of the oversight committee that she's on, okay? That oversight of everything, really, right? Doge, all that good stuff, right? The one that her and Marjorie Taylor Greene seem to like to scream at, okay? The one that she was doing all the, big blonde, bad built, butch body, whatever that was. That one, okay? Yes, that oversight committee. She thought that she could put in her bid because she's been everywhere, right? That she was going to win. Well, that committee showed her. However, before we get into that, I want to get into.
And then you got to remember what? Seven months ago. These are all the Crockett ones, if you want to catch up to what's going on. And I think that's about it. So let's get back over here to where Shannon is. And he haven't started. So till then, this is just fair use. And I'm out with the show. So thank y'all for showing up, and I'm out, and I'm going to leave it at about 30-something minutes. I may come back with something else in a few minutes. I'm going to show y'all a little AOC clip. I should. I don't know. Until then, take care.